I really love the 23rd, and I hope you're enjoying all of these devotionals. And this one today is the verse that says, "My cup runs over." I was standing in the garden watering my plants recently and thinking about the choice of the words in this verse. Cup, why doesn't it say my tub runs over? And then I thought of all my coffee drinkers that drink coffee every day. They need a cup refill, but they would not drink from a tub. They need a cup every few hours to hit the spot, rejuvenate, and energize, and so they drink it by the cup. But this cup that comes at the end of that verse that says he anoints my head with oil, it now says our cup runs over. Some say this means we have more than enough. But more than enough with a cup overflowing can sometimes look like waste. What good is a too full cup if it spills on the floor? Others say it's overflowing because it's so full, and that's a great picture. He keeps us full to running over so that those around us are blessed. But have you ever felt like your cup was completely dry? You're spent, exhausted, parched. You've been right among the flock, following his lead, but you're dry. John chapter 10 reminds us there's a thief that comes to destroy and steal, but God offers us abundant life. And Ephesians 3 tells us that God can do even more than we can imagine. But we all know the reality that our cups are not always overflowing. I think there are God-given times even when our cups are emptied, maybe when they've been too full of self, pride, arrogance, or any number of drinks that we pour for ourselves. And those drinks are making us sick. So maybe there's an empty period of time when our cup is being washed clean. I like the verse that comes after being anointed with oil that says our cup is running over. And I want to think about the coffee cup again. You pour into the cup mocha flavor, vanilla, cream, sugar, all the things. And if left to yourself, you would pour over and over again until you're addicted to the caffeine and high on all that coffee brings. But that only makes you want more. And we all know that too much coffee can make one experience a whole set of maladies. But what if the barista knew your chemical makeup, knew how much of each ingredient you needed for a perfect mix, invited you to the bar the right amount of times of day, and offered you the best mix of the best ingredients that tasted like heaven and made you want more? You'd ask for more, and you would share it. That's the picture here. The sheep, we have eaten at the full table, we've stood still for the pouring of the oil over us, and now comes this satisfying drink that not only fills us up, but it's so good that there's enough for a drink for another person and for us. We're both satisfied. Here's another example. You've been doused with oil, you've rested, and you've healed from all the flies pecking at you all day long, so your cup of contentment needs to be full. You walk among the other sheep, smelling amazing from the way this contentment smells, and out of you flows a river of blessings, from like Psalm 46, a river that overflows with blessings. There's really no better witness that a Christian can carry to the rest of the world than one of peace and rest in the middle of chaos. And there's really no way to carry that overflowing cup without the anointing of his presence covering us from head to toe, especially our ears. I keep thinking of that sheep over there that the shepherd coats every part of his ears so that flies can't come by. I'm thinking that sheep frolics across the countryside when he realizes he's covered, full, and full of joy. Remember all the verses about being in his presence, bringing fullness of joy, a full cup, and how at his right hand are pleasures forevermore, overflowing. A full cup looks like joy, and an overflowing cup looks like eternity. Close your eyes and let's picture these last few verses together. And can you see the huge table piled high with food? Can you find your name on a place card? Can you see the darkness has a boundary and is not hurting or harming your table? Those that were once called enemy might be beside us, but it's all because of his great love. And now can you visualize yourself standing in line as the shepherd pours warm oil all over your being so that every fear, every annoying fly leaves you completely free to run. And as you do, you realize the tender care and provision of the shepherd that loves you, and you have so much joy you become contagious to the sheep around you because your cup is overflowing. Yes, I can barely imagine that scene myself, but I want to keep imagining it and living it and seeing myself among those that frolic free from cares, fully aware of his presence right beside me.